What is good? This is Ahead of the Spread presented by Wager Talk. We're going to check out three games for tomorrow's NBA slate. We check out the open numbers, notable line movements, key matchups, and angles so you have an early edge for those games. I'm Ronald Cabang. Got Skee Proppy here with me today. Before we go into those games, we got to talk about how we did today. I went 2-2, 1-1 in both NBA and in college basketball. I feel like I should have went 3-1. If you guys saw the end of that Lakers game, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. This crazy, just crazy stuff. How I've been losing the last few days. But things will turn around. Hopefully, balls. I was gonna say balls will bounce my way, but
Oh,
hey, hey. But how did
settle down, RC.
how'd you do today, Ski?
I split as well, and I'm irritated because the late ads were the ones that lost. I had the Lakers game under, and I had the Thunder game under. Those were the two winners in the NBA.
Yeah.
Houston lost by a bucket, and then the Hawks in Miami. I had that game under, and it wasn't an under. College, I lost. I went 0-1.
Mhm.
Tennis, I went 2-1.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw you go 2-0 early tennis. I was like, what the hell is this? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. I had the one NBA winner I had was the Pacers. Man, I should have went all in on that shit. They won by
That
like
was
50.
crazy.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the games for tomorrow. All right, so first I'll share my screen. Odds logic here. This is the odds page that we use. You could do there's an injury report. You get alerts for scores, injuries. You can customize the books. You have some of the offshore PPHs. You got the normal books that you see, so you can customize all those. Order them in however way you want. You can use the link in the description. Um, the link in the description. You can get a 7-day free trial. All right, so first game up, we're gonna go Cleveland and Detroit. This opened up at -7.5 for Cleveland. This has come down to as low as 6 as Caesars. 6.5 is pretty much across the board. The total 231.5 at open. This has come down as low as 230. Circa South Point has 230. There's still 231s available though. So depending on what you want, make sure you line shop. Let's go over to themoneybar.com here. Situational stuff. Situational stuff. You got second game of back to back, third and four, fourth and six for the Cavs. So some travel fatigue or some fatigue there. Some other stuff to add to that after I go through this. In season revenge for the Pistons, rest advantage as well. The Cavs. I don't know if you saw this, Ski. Like I was trying to figure out why they've been struggling to cover the number lately. Obviously, they've been one of the better cover teams. This is their 17th straight game with travel. They haven't had um back-to-back games in the same site since February 21st and 23rd at home. That could be a big reason why they've been really struggling recently. Just that travel fatigue. When you're on the road going, road to road to road, you don't get a chance to practice, right? And a lot of the players talk about that too. So this is probably the reason why they've been struggling recently. No practice, no rest, all that travel is all catching up to them. But with that said, Ski, what are your thoughts on this one here?
Well, yeah, I agree with all that travel stuff. I don't. I mean, I guess I'll wait to see who Cleveland is rolling out tomorrow, but I don't like the thought of back in Detroit without Cade.
Mm,
Obviously, it could be, like you said, advantageous situation for Detroit.
mhm.
Just all the travel for Cleveland. Maybe they overlook Detroit because they're missing their star player, but it just I don't know. Without Cade, it's hard for me to bet this one.
Yeah. So what I saw, so today Ty Jerome and Evan Mobley sat out. Mobley sat out for rest, so that tells me he's probably going to play tomorrow. But obviously, we like you said, questionable, even probable right now. You really don't know what's going to happen the next day. We know for the Pistons, Cade is out, and I just pulled up Cade. I also I don't remember if I told you, but they fixed the error that we were getting. Um, for the player level stuff.
Hmm.
So Cade with no minutes. the Pistons are 2-5 ATS. Um, I mean, like you said, you can't really back them without Cade right now. So for me, that travel fatigue really is a big deal for me, a big deal breaker for me. Um, but like you said, I can't fade. Sorry, I can't bet on the Pistons without Cade. One way that I was looking at it would probably be an under type game if Mobley does play, uh, and Cade is out. Cade, obviously, Detroit's offense is going to struggle a little bit. Cleveland with Evan Mobley, they're going to shore up that interior. Just don't know where the offense really is going to come from the Detroit side because he pretty much does it all. He facilitates, he scores inside and out. So probably an under type game for me. Um, any last words on that one?
I mean, that makes sense to me. Missing offense from Cade. You could get some other rollouts from Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Under makes sense to me.
Let's go over to the second game. It's going to be Phoenix and Minnesota. We got Minnesota opened up at -7. It's come down to 6.5. There are still some sevens available. Total at 226 at open. Has gone as high as 227.5 at Circa and BetMGM, but 227s available across the board. From an injury perspective, Beal is out. Wolves, nothing on their injury report right now. If we go over to the moneybar.com, we got double-digit in-season revenge for the Suns. The Wolves, they have the rest advantage. They are in a bounce-back spot. They lost outright to the Pacers. One thing to note here, 5 straight games at home, first one on the road, then they come back home. Weird, funky travel spot right there, or schedule spot there. And the opposite for, pretty much this is the spot the Wolves are in. 5 straight games at home, road spot, then come back home. So they're kind of just trailing each other from a schedule perspective. What are your thoughts here on this one, Skee? I know the Suns kind of just got dominated against the Celtics here.
Yeah, but before that, they were playing really good basketball. And I
Yep.
mean, they still have the same things going on standings wise. So I would think you get a nice bounce back effort from them.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, they have also been playing well too, but some hiccups lately. Lost what, 3 of the last 4. So I think catching the points with Phoenix
Mm-hmm.
off the disappointing loss, still, desperate in the standings, that would be my preference.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of inflated the line here. Minnesota -8, probably for 2 reasons: potential bounce back spot, and they're at home. And then on the Sun side, obviously they looked really bad against the Celtics. Uh, uh, One thing that I was kind of looking at here, if you like the Sun side, one way to do it, in my opinion, is the Wolves team total under. Their Suns defense has been pretty solid. They did give up 132 to the Celtics, but overall in the last 10 games, the defense has been solid. And on the season, I believe the Wolves team total, um, I guess they've kind of gotten better recently. Earlier in the season, their team total was one of the more profitable to the under. I know the other thing too, defensively in their situation, team total over for the Suns. If you think the Suns are going to bounce back offensively in this spot too, that might be a way to go. Is one of those situations. This just popped up. I didn't even notice this earlier, but Suns team total, Suns defense when they're less rested, opponents are 16-1 to their team total over. Would you? I mean, would you
No,
think
no, no,
this
no, 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 no. I
is that
don't
wrong?
agree with that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't agree. I
Gotcha.
think that Suns, like I said, have been playing better lately.
Yeah.
A lot of it has been defensively, and when you don't have Bill in the lineup, and you play a couple other guys who can play some defense, that's probably why. So
Mm,
combination of all those things and just the standings, desperation.
yeah.
No,
That's a good. So if you look at, so that's a good point because if you look at it, the last instance that happened, February 23, their recent run of like strong defense and how they've been playing has been within the last what 2 weeks or less than 10 games, right?
Right, right,
It
right.
was like eight games ago. So that's a good call out. That makes a lot of sense. So I agree with you there. Good point. All right, let's move on to the last game. Or any last words on that one?
Nah, you good.
Okay. Last game will be the Knicks and the Bucks here. This opened up -1 for the Knicks. This is kind of all over the board right now. So there's -1.5 for the Knicks, and then we got a pick 'em here. We also have a -1 at Pinnacle towards Milwaukee. The total 221.5. For the most part, this is going down as low as 219. We do have some 220.5 still available. Injuries on this one. Um, on the Knicks side, you got Payne out, McBride and Brunson out. So all their guards are out, or a majority of their guards are out. On the Bucks side, you got Portis is out. He continues to be out. Jericho Sims is out, and then Dame is going to be out for a while too. With the new news of him, I think it was his calf or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Um, and then Giannis is questionable, so we don't know his status yet. If we go over to themoneybar.com, we go to the situational notes. You got Knicks third game in 4 nights. On the Buck side, you do have double-digit in-season revenge. This is also the first game home of
My
straight road games here, and that's one spot that kind of
bad.
catches my eye.
I
You're
thought
all
I was
good.
muted.
It's all good. Now we know what it sounds like when you do mute.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah, first game home off of 5 straight road games. Typically, to me, that's a fade spot. But what are your thoughts here on this one?
Um, I think that Knicks, no Brunson, no McBride, they've still been playing higher scoring games. That's pretty surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for the Bucks, I think that Giannis could really potentially miss. I forget exactly what his injury is. I think it was like a foot sprain or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he really could miss this game, and if he does, I mean, it could look like the last two that they played. So I will lean towards the Knicks, lean towards an under. The under just because when I think about it, no Payne, no Lillard, and then
Mm-hmm.
no Brunson as well. Just you're missing a lot of point guard play. So I just
Yeah.
think that will affect the offense. So lean under, I guess.
It is weird to me too, because like initially when Brunson was out, you saw a whole slew of unders, right? And then the last 3 games here, which is interesting because I think McBride was out in all 3 of them. You would think that he would be the guy that brings the offense, but or I mean with Brunson out, for some reason, if you put Miles McBride, you take both of them out. I think they all went over, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so yeah, all 3 of these went over. This one went under in January, but that was interesting to me. Like you said, it's kind of weird that they would be going over without both of those guys. Um, I think at some point that offense is gonna struggle. But the other thing too on the oh shit, wrong one. Um, on the Buck side, with them being home for the first, after 5 straight road games, like I said, I think to me that's typically like a fade spot as well. If New York is going to regress offensively, if Milwaukee's going to struggle here, I kind of look towards the under on the full game. Did you say team total or the full game?
No, I just said full game under. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way the Bucks been playing too. I think they played 5 straight unders.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So 1, 2, 3, 5 out of the last 6 have gone under. 5 of the last 6 have gone under. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that one. The full game under. That one. Okay. All right. So just from a trend perspective, it does say Bucks here as home dogs, 5-2. As dogs in general. So dogs in general for the Bucks, 16-4 to the under. So even the trends say the under goes. So, all right, that makes sense to me. Let's go to top looks. Before we go over to the top looks, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and hit the notification button as well, so you don't miss another show here. Um, and you can see in the banner down there for Ski Profit to go to straight to his capper page, wt.buzz/HP for myself, wt.buzz/RC. If you're looking for an NBA pass, a 7-day NBA pass for 33% off, use coupon code NBA33. With that said, Ski, any last comments, and then talk about your top looks?
Nah, just appreciate everybody staying up late night, rocking with us. It's much appreciated. Hit the like button if if you guys enjoyed the show, and subscribe so you know whenever we go live here on Wager Talk. Top looks. And Dirty Jerry says, who's playing point guard for the Knicks? Probably Tyler Kolek. Used to play for Marquette last year. Probably is going to be doing a majority of the ball handling, I guess, or running the point guard.
Mm-hmm.
But top looks, I am going to go with the under in that Knicks and Bucks game. I think that's what I like most. Either that or the Suns +7. Those I think are most appealing currently.
Gotcha. So under. So I agree with the under with the Knicks Bucks. Cavs Pistons. I also think the under there. I kind of want to wait to see if Ty Jerome and or what the status is for Jerome and Evan Mobley is. But I would think the under is the right way to go there. And the last game, I do agree with the Suns, but maybe I'm thinking also Suns team total over. That could be a way to go as well. All right, so those are the top looks for the both of us here. A little bit of a quicker show. Our next one will be on Sunday at 10 p.m. Someone's
Couple of
asking.
last second comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, who's playing for the Knicks? I said Tyler Kolek. Orlando said, who? He's a rookie, man. A rookie from Marquette. I liked him at Marquette. We'll see what he can do out there tomorrow. And B-Man, yes, I will be live again in the morning with Mr. Ravino. He dropped off a nice winner in college today. So we'll talk about those Sweet 16 games for Friday for anybody who's interested on my channel.
Yep, college basketball. Head over to Ski Show tomorrow. All right, with that said, that's the end of the show, guys. Whether you fade or follow, it is on you to make that call. Good luck with all your action. Until next time, peace.